Hi, precious Church of God. There is a high calling of the Lord to return to the way of the Lord. As you know, precious listener, the church for sure has lost the way, and the Lord is calling back the church to return to Him. Why do I say this? Because we have really messed the Lord, and we have disobeyed to follow His ways. You can just see it by yourself, what is happening even now on the earth. People have chosen their own ways, their own model of wearing, even the way they wear their clothes. They say they're living a digital life. But if you look in that digital life, the devil has come in, and he is really using that digital life to make the church fall. Okay, let us read in the Bible and see what the Lord is saying. If you go in the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, in the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, as you read, starting from verse 1 there, going down, first of all, Zechariah is the prophet of the Lord. And Zechariah, God spoke to him. And God cannot speak to his prophets unless something wrong is happening on earth. So the Lord can only speak to his prophets to go and warn the people on earth to return back to him. So Zechariah was the prophet of the Lord, and he was sent by God to go and warn the children of Israel. And God told Zechariah, first of all, Zechariah was the son of Berechiah, and his grandfather was called Edo. So Zechariah was the prophet of the Lord during those days. Then God told Zechariah to go and tell the children of Israel what their grandfather or what their grandfather did was not pleasing to God. Then God told Zechariah, go and tell the children of Israel what their forefather did to me was not good. They disobeyed me. They refused to follow my law and order. And I judged them. So go and tell the children of Israel Their father were worshipping idols. And I did not tell them to worship the idols. I told them not to worship the idols. The idols were things made from soil. They could make an image from soil. They could make an image that looks like an animal or a certain tree or a cow. So they could mold something like look and call it God. Then they could worship that idol. They could mold out of the rock any image and worship, and they refused their God. So their forefather worshipped even big trees, even what it's happening now in our nations. There are some trees we are not allowed to cut. They should fall down by themselves because our forefather used to worship there. They believe, they have got some belief that something used to happen at that tree, so you cannot cut it. They loved that tree other than anything else. They loved it more than even God. Some could worship something made of wood. They could make a wood, a shape of a wood, an animal. They could make an animal or a man. Then they could worship that thing made of wood. In our houses, people have made things made of wood. They have kept in the houses. They love them so much more than God. That is what the Lord is speaking about. We have written a picture of somebody and placed it on the wall. And call it Jesus. For example, a picture was made with an Indian. An Indian made a picture and made and put a picture of somebody on that piece of paper, and then he brings it and sells in the market that this is how Jesus looked like. And then you buy that picture and put it on the wall. Every day, every morning, you worship. And some are made of cross. Then somebody is put on that cross. Then you take that picture, you buy it, that piece of paper. Then you put it on the wall in your house. Then every day, every morning, you worship there. That is an idol. Because Moses told the children of Israel they should not worship anything made of wood or anything written down on a paper that looks like a picture of man or an animal. You should not worship it. So these are the things our forefathers were doing, and we are also practicing them in our house or in our lifetime during nowadays. So God told Zechariah, go and warn the children of Israel to stop worshiping those things their forefathers, their grandfathers have taught them to worship, and start worshiping me. Tell them to return back to me and I will return back to them. Tell them to go and destroy those idols and those altars their forefather had made, and they are still worshiping them. Tell them they should go and destroy those altars. Let them break them. Let them smash sacred stools. Let them destroy their Asherah poles that they used to worship. And all idols should be burned on fire. Then I will return back to them. That is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 5 to 6. So the Lord is calling us back to go back to Him, to love Him back. The Lord is saying, return back to my love, my people. The love of God. Return back to my righteousness and leave your evil ways. Return back to my salvation and start living a holy life. Precious people, the Lord is calling us to go back to His love, righteousness, and salvation. Be blessed. May God of Israel be with you always. I bless you and I love you. See you next time. Be blessed.